right, this is manual lymph drainage with unilateral lower extremity involvement with trunk involvement. So as always, we'll start with a short neck treatment, effleurage 2 to 3 times. Okay, we're gonna go on and we're gonna do abdominal breathing. So go ahead and take a deep breath for me. A little overpressure. Relax. And relax. And relax. And relax. And relax. Okay, so now we are going to stimulate the axillary lymph node on the affected side. So remember, it's her lower extremity that's affected. So now her axilla on this side is working. So we're gonna 5 to 7 times do those stationary circles going towards the axilla. All right, we're going to activate and we're going to work over the inguinal axilloanastomosis. All right, so in order to do this, you're going to put your little finger on the superior border of that 12th rib. You're going to go towards the working axilla lymph node 5 to 7 times. All right, same thing. Little pinky on that inferior border of the 12th rib, going towards the working axilla 5 to 7 times. All right, and now we're going to work from the ASIS all the way to the axilla, 5 to 7 times. All right, so now we have worked that IA anastomosis. I'm going to come over, actually I'm going to stay right here, and we're going to work the inguinal lymph node on the unaffected sides. So for the sake of time, I'm just going to show you 2 to 3 hand placements, but you would actually do this 5 to 7 times because you're working that lymph node. Okay, same right here. You do this 5 to 7 times. Okay, so now we're going to activate and we're going to open the AII, which is the anterior interinguinal anastomosis. We're going to start by activating and opening in the good quadrant right above the mons pubis, and we're going towards the inguinal lymph node that is working well. So that's this one right here. My little pinky is almost parallel, but a little angled towards the sagittal watershed, and we're going towards this inguinal lymph node. We're going to do that 5 to 7 times. Okay. Now we're going to go into the unhealthy quadrant. And again, we're moving this towards the working lymph nodes. So I'm going to come over on this side just to have a little bit better body mechanics. 5 to 7 times. Okay, and now we're going to work across from inguinal to inguinal, ASIS to ASIS. Do this 5 to 7 times, right above the mons pubis. All right, so now we've opened up that AII. We're going to rework the IA. So I'm going to switch sides of the table. Okay. Reworking. Anytime you're reworking something, you just do the last step of the opening and activating the anastomosis, and you do that 2 to 3 times. All right. Now, if possible, I want your client to go ahead and move into prone. If your client can't get in prone, then they can sit in a chair and lean forward. All right, so first we're going to stimulate the gluteal watershed to the inguinal lymph node on the unaffected side. So in order to do this, I'm going to have to switch sides. So this is our affected extremity. Your gluteal watershed runs right above the crevice of the buttocks. All right, so we're gonna ask your client to get in a frog leg position because we have to get to that ASIS. And in order to stimulate this, we're gonna just perform effleurage going all the way to that ASIS, and you're performing it in that gluteal watershed. Okay, you can also perform rotaries, doing the same thing all the way to the ASIS. You do this 5 to 7 times. All right, so now she's in supine. We're going to activate and open that PII. We're going to start in the unaffected quadrant. Our little finger is going to be on the sagittal watershed. We're moving towards the unaffected inguinal lymph node, which is right here. We'll do that 5 to 7 times. Okay, same thing over here. 5 to 7 times. Okay, now you're moving across. And of course, you're always going to have your client with skin-on-skin contact. So you'll have to have them disrobe or be able to adjust their clothing so you have access to skin-to-skin contact. So you're doing this 5 to 7 times. All right, so we're going to perform paravertebral techniques on the affected quadrant. So this is your affected lower extremity, so we're going to switch sides of the table. Okay. You're going to find in that swollen quadrant right above L1, or right above the sacrum, you're going to find L1, L5. You're going to find the spinous processes, you're going to go lateral to them, and then you're just going straight down. You're applying a straight down force. Do that 5 to 7 times. Okay, and now while you're here, You can perform the reverse technique of 7. So you're going to work in that swollen quadrant all the way up to the axilla. You're going to have your client straighten up this leg, ask them to frog leg this leg. Okay, and actually I'm going to switch this so we now know which leg we're working on. It's hard to do it if you don't have a real swollen extremity. Hard to know what you're working on. So in this position, we're going to position the heel of our hands on that sagittal watershed, and then we're doing rotaries all the way to the lateral trunk, and then we'll perform stationary circles up to the axilla. Do this 5 to 7 times. This is called your reverse technique of 7. You do this 5 to 7 times. Okay, I want your client now to position, they're going to get in side line with the swollen extremity on top. Okay, so right here you're going to rework that IA. You're going to work it from the inguinal ASIS all the way up to the axilla. You can use dynamic stationary circles going all the way up. You're reworking it, so you're going to do this 2 to 3 times. Okay, have your client get in supine. Okay, we're going to rework that IAA. This is actually the affected extremity, so we're going to rework that IAA. So the best thing to do is to get towards the head. We're going towards the working lymph node 5 to 7 times. So your little finger is on that sagittal watershed, but when you're doing this, you're a bit at an angle. I'm sorry, we're reworking, so we just do it 2 to 3 times. Okay, same thing. You're at a bit of an angle going towards the working inguinal lymph node 2 to 3 times. And actually, since we're reworking, you really just have to do that third step, which is traveling across. It, of course, doesn't hurt to open and activate it, but you really just have to do this third step. Okay, we're going to finish up with some abdominal breathing. Okay, so my hand is right above her navel. I want you to go ahead and take a deep breath and relax. 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 And take a deep breath and relax.